In the land of Gemma, under the golden sun, there lived King Jelani and his beloved wife, Queen Adana. Their joy knew no bounds when Queen Adana gave birth to a bouncing baby boy named Prince Matsi. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a darkness crept into the kingdom. Queen Adana, weary from childbirth, whispered her last breath, leaving King Jelani shattered. With tears in his eyes, he vowed to protect his son and his kingdom. Years passed, and King Jelani, advised by his council, sought a new queen to provide stability and love for Prince Matsi. But each queen met a tragic end, leaving the kingdom in mourning and suspicion. Strange occurrences haunted Gemma. Tales of eerie rituals and vanishing souls whispered in the shadows. Aisha, a humble maid in the palace, began to notice oddities in Prince Matsi's demeanor. His laughter held a chilling echo, and his gaze pierced through the darkest night. As she stumbled upon cryptic symbols in his chamber, fear clawed at her heart. Desperate to save her kingdom from darkness, Aisha sought counsel from the wise elder Nuru. With trembling hands, she relayed her suspicions of Prince Matsi's involvement in the kingdom's woes. But Nuru's words chilled her to the bone. "Child," Nuru spoke, his voice heavy with sorrow, "what you seek may be far darker than you imagine. The shadows that cling to Prince Matsi may be more than mere mischief. Beware, for the true test of your courage lies ahead." As the moon rose high in the sky, casting eerie shadows upon Gemma, Aisha's resolve hardened. With determination burning in her heart, she vowed to uncover the truth. No matter the costs, the sun kissed the horizon once more, casting its golden glow over the land of Gemma. Whispers of fear echoed through the kingdom. Aisha, undeterred by the darkness that threatened to consume her home, embarked on her quest for truth. With each step she took, the weight of her suspicions bore down upon her shoulders. The palace corridors seemed to stretch endlessly, shadows dancing in the flickering torchlight. But Aisha pressed on, her resolve unyielding. In the heart of the palace, she found herself face to face with King Jelani. His grief etched deep lines upon his face, a reflection of the kingdom's sorrow. But as Aisha voiced her concerns, she was met with disbelief and anger. "Child, you speak madness," King Jelani thundered, his voice echoing off the walls. "Prince Matsi is my son, innocent and pure. You tread dangerous ground with your accusations." Undeterred by the king's fury, Aisha continued her investigation. With each passing hour, she delved deeper into the shadows that clung to Prince Matsi. Cryptic symbols and whispered incantations filled her dreams, haunting her every waking moment. But just as Aisha reached the brink of despair, a glimmer of hope pierced through the darkness. In the quiet of the night, she stumbled upon a hidden chamber, its walls adorned with ancient runes and faded tapestries. With trembling hands, she traced the intricate patterns etched into the stone. And as she whispered the words of an ancient incantation, the truth was unveiled before her eyes. Prince Matsi, beloved son of King Jelani, was not what he seemed. A darkness, ancient and malevolent, lurked within his soul, twisting his every thought and desire. The shadows that haunted Gemma were not mere illusions, but manifestations of his true nature. As the realization washed over her, Aisha knew that the battle for her kingdom had only just begun. With the darkness closing in around her, she vowed to stand against it, no matter the cost. Aisha stands alone against the darkness that threatens to consume her world. As the moon hung low in the sky, casting its pale light over the land, Aisha confronted Prince Matsi, the embodiment of darkness that threatened to consume Gemma. His laughter echoed through the palace halls, sending shivers down her spine. "Prince Matsi," Aisha called out, her voice steady despite the fear that gnawed at her heart. "I know the truth that lies within you. You are not of this world, but a creature of darkness and despair." But Prince Matsi only sneered, his eyes gleaming with malice. "Foolish mortal," he spat, his voice dripping with venom. "You think you can stand against me? I am the darkness that lurks in every shadow, the nightmare that haunts your dreams. Gemma is mine to rule, and no one will stand in my way." With a wave of his hand, Prince Matsi summoned forth the shadows, twisting them into grotesque forms that danced around him like malevolent spirits. Aisha stood firm, her resolve unyielding as she faced the darkness head-on. But just as all hope seemed lost, A ray of light pierced through the darkness, illuminating the chamber with its golden glow. King Jelani, his eyes filled with sorrow and regret, stepped forward, his voice trembling with emotion. "Forgive me, my son," he pleaded, his words echoing through the chamber. "I failed you in life, but I will not fail you in death. Let go of the darkness that consumes you, and find peace at last." For a moment, Prince Matsi wavered, the shadows around him faltering. And in that fleeting moment of vulnerability, Aisha seized her chance. With a whispered prayer upon her lips, she unleashed the power of light that dwelled within her, banishing the darkness that had plagued Gemma for so long. As the shadows receded, Prince Matsi let out a piercing scream, his form twisting and contorting until he vanished into the ether. And in his place stood a figure bathed in radiant light, the true spirit of Prince Matsi, freed from the darkness that had consumed him. With tears in his eyes, King Jelani embraced his son once more, his heart heavy with both sorrow and relief. And as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, Gemma was reborn anew, its people united once more in the light of hope and redemption.